Once again, don't recommend doing things that I do in these videos unless you know what you're doing or you're stupid. I'll let you guess which one of those I am. Alright, roll the video.
Hello, this is the CRT Productions. This is a YouTube video, and in this video, as you can hear by the torrential downpour that's going on right now, that means that it's time for installing and using Windows in 2020 again. But this time, we've got a special contestant. Old Windows Vista, the classic, right here. I've got Windows Vista Business, to be exact, right here. And I'm going to be installing it on this beast of a Sony Vaio laptop right here. And it's going to be a good old jolly time. We're going to have fun. We're going to look at this ridiculous packaging that it came in back in 2007. And, yeah. So, let's take a look. Alright, so the first thing I like to do in these videos is show the packaging. This one's got a little bit of stuff on it there, but you know, we don't have to worry about that. As you can see, this would have cost $300 at some point. Made in Puerto Rico, and it's for distribution in US, Canada only. And that is a certified Microsoft product. Recommended system requirements for Vista, according to this box, was 1 gigahertz processor, 1 gigabyte of memory, 40 gigabyte hard drive with at least 15 gigabytes of space. So business has the most secure Windows ever checked. Has everything checked except for experience, photos, and entertainment. With Windows Media Center. It's missing Windows Media Center and Windows Media Center. Who cares about that? On the inside here, it shows the little, what did they even call this? I don't remember what they even called that. You can see all the little windows there, and yeah, it's got all the nice little windows open here, and Windows Vista was kind of advertised for having good touchscreen input support and everything, which it did, and you know, it's all right. Anyway. The funniest thing about Windows Vista to me, the packaging specifically, is this fancy little box they put it in. And there's an article online that says there has to be instructions on how to open the box to get into Windows Vista, which, you know, you would think it just pulls open like this, but no, you have to pull this little piece of tape right here to the side, and it opens like that. Very strange packaging. Here we got the little welcome booklet. Actually, this isn't a booklet, this is just a piece of paper here. And then it has a funny little thing back here. Need CDs instead of a DVD, or you need 64-bit instead of 32-bit. And they would, you could send them something in the mail requesting that, and they would send you that in the mail. So I just thought that was kind of funny nowadays, you know, you could just, I guess, download it or whatever. Here's the little booklet, and it's the quick start guide. Getting started. If your computer came with Windows Vista already installed, well, you probably wouldn't be buying the retail version of it. Alright, here's what's new. Whether or not you're new to Windows, you'll want to explore new features. Let's see what new features we had. Network and Sharing Center, fax, yeah, that's pretty new, faxing, and security. Oh, it had security. Good old days there. Oh man, control panel. Yeah, remember when Windows had a control panel? Mobile PC, yeah. Vista did have pretty decent mobile support. And yeah, it's actually a pretty boring booklet. It's got a lot of reading. There's not many pictures really. They even tried to kind of make the product key hard to find. It's like they tried to make everything about this difficult. It's right there. Microsoft Genuine, it's got all the fancy holographic stuff. Let's install it.
Today's victim here, as you can see, is this Sony Vaio laptop with a Pentium 4 processor designed for Windows XP. I installed Windows 2000 on it just so I could get it up and running while I was waiting for other stuff to come in, including my Windows Vista copy, of course. And I just wanted to play around with this a little bit. But we're going to install Windows Vista on top of that today, and we'll see how that goes. Alright. Well, let's see what happens. Oops. What could possibly go wrong here? Alright, so I want to do kind of a mini little startup race video because those are pretty popular on my channel. This is the laptop with Windows XP that I used in my video a while back. And this is the laptop we just installed Windows Vista on. And I'm going to do a little mini startup race. Keep in mind this does have an SSD in it. This has a traditional, actually the original hard drive to the laptop from around 2006. And I'm gonna do a little start race just for funsies here in this video. So. Alright, now I'd like to show you why I'm actually surprised that this one still wins even though it has an SSD in it. It's because of this little detail right here. 448 megabytes of RAM on Windows Vista. I'm surprised that it'll even start up with that. This computer over here has Windows XP on it and 2 gigabytes of RAM. So, 2 gigabytes. Rather than half a gigabyte on this one. So That's the difference that an SSD can make for you. Even if you got a quarter of the RAM, you'll still start up faster. Now I have better computers that I could have installed Windows Vista on, but I installed it on this old laptop here because the reason why Windows Vista kind of got a bad rap, one of the reasons, I shouldn't say the reason, we could make a whole video on that, listing the reasons off. One of the big reasons why Vista kind of got a bad rap was because it had way higher minimum requirements than Windows XP did. So if you had a laptop like this one here was designed for Windows XP, but it was manufactured in 2005, so just 2 years before Windows Vista came out. I can't help but think probably some people that own laptops like this one would have wanted to upgrade to Windows Vista at the time, but they would have had a hard time with it because it is very slow. So I'm going to show you some web browsing on Vista here. Alright, so I'm finally connected to the internet now. We're going to try youtube.com. And I'm going to stick with it and see how long it takes to load youtube.com with this much RAM. So yeah, you can see there, we'll stop supporting this browser soon. I actually loaded it pretty decently fast. You can hear the fan here. It's ramping it up pretty good there. Do I dare click on a video? Like I said, I'm doing this because kind of the reason why people didn't like Vista was because it was so demanding on your system that, you know, you had to pretty much upgrade your computer. You had to get a new computer or just suffer with a brutally slow computer. With this configuration, this would run fine with Windows XP, of course, but with Vista, it's struggling. Let's see, I was going to click on a video, but all these videos are... let's see, I don't know, this car video. Let's just see if it'll even load this video. It's kind of, it's, okay, yeah. It's playing the audio and everything. It's actually not too bad. Let's skip the ad. It's like cinematic frames per second, but oh, that's better than I expected actually. And then pause it and everything. Do I dare go full screen? Let's see. If we go full screen, it does it. But it's rough. Okay, that's not good. Okay. The display on this laptop is really nice, by the way. It's 1280 by 800, I believe. It's not a bad display. So, we'll get off of YouTube and I guess we'll play around. That's what I usually do. Try different websites and see how they load. The news websites are usually the worst offenders when it comes to CPU intensiveness and RAM requirements. They have lots of pictures, lots of stuff to load. So we'll just see how long it takes to load this here. And the camera keeps going out of focus. Yeah. So you need a camera with manual focus, people. It's automatic stuff. It'll drive you crazy. So as you can see here, this is taking a long time, but it's not the worst in the world actually. If this was all you had, you might be able, I was gonna say you might be able to live with it. Yeah, it won't let me scroll. It's probably gonna crash if I mess with it too much. But yeah, and the reason I'm using Chrome is because it's slightly less demanding than Firefox. Firefox, I find it'll usually just crash if you try to do too much with it. Well, as far as just going around the operating system here, you know, we can open the Welcome Center here. That brings up that screen you see. It shows on boot up. We can come over here and look at this. My username is Ray Combs because of reasons. We can open up control panel. If I double click on it, since this is Windows Vista Business, unfortunately it doesn't have any games, so we can't test any games, unfortunately. Can't do any solitaire. Windows Experience Index for this computer is 1.0. We got a 3D business and gaming graphics performance of 1. The other ones actually aren't too bad. Of course, this SSD gets a pretty decent rating. I think the highest number it went to was 6 or 7. I'm not 100% sure of that. I want to say 7. So the processor again 4 is a little above the middle. So essentially, it's not too bad. 447 megabytes of RAM using Vista. So as we can see here, Office 2003, 2007, and 2010 are supported on Windows Vista. I don't have those installed on this computer right now, but if you want to do some Office work, there you go. You can get Office 2010 without any service packs. One good thing about Vista over XP, if for some reason you wanted Vista instead of Windows 7, is that it does have lots of nice things like Movie Maker. Media Player has a more modern version of Media Player. And it has a photo gallery, which I like quite a bit. If you hear anything funny in the background, it's my cat. But anyway, Vista has a lot of nicer programs built into it than XP. But like I said, it's approximately as usable as XP, since most programs, such as these browsers here, ended support at the same time as XP on Windows Vista. I forget which version of Movie Maker this is. Well, that's unfortunate. But I think the version of Movie Maker on Vista is pretty similar to the one on XP actually. So yeah, cannot start because your video card does not support the required level of hardware acceleration. So there you go. That's a little bit of what I was talking about before as well. Using these older operating systems while you're connected to the internet, especially if you're connecting to public networks like McDonald's Wi-Fi or something, it's not really that good of an idea. Okay, please stop that, cat. Thank you very much. It's not a very good idea, and you know, as far as your safety is concerned online, yeah, don't expect too much. So would I recommend installing Windows Vista in 2020? Why is it doing that focus thing? Stop. Would I recommend installing Windows Vista in 2020? No, I would not. I recommend putting your cat away when you're filming videos. Also, I recommend this operating system, Windows XP, especially if you have a laptop that was designed for it, like I have here. Upgrading to Windows Vista was notoriously bad. Most programs ended support for Vista around the same time as Windows XP anyway, so it's about as usable as XP. Unless you have a laptop that was specifically designed for Vista, I really can't recommend it. Except for very specific cases, I would recommend Windows XP over Vista any day. The good thing about Vista Business, of course, is that it comes with these great small business resources and whatnot. The bad thing is that these are actually just links to websites that aren't up anymore. But you can upgrade to Vista Enterprise. No, but seriously, there are a few good things about Vista, such as the Windows 7 style file explorer, which you're probably familiar with. It has this little mobility center here, which has lots of things kind of combined, such as your volume, and I don't think anybody actually used this, but it's kind of cool. And it also had remote desktop connection, which was pretty cool, man, pretty futuristic at the time. But it also had the little sidebar there with widgets, like the clock and this thing, which I don't think you can actually use anymore because it's not supported or whatever. And you can have your little picture slideshow all the little pictures that are on Vista. So if that's your thing, you know, you can do that. Another good feature of Vista, of course, is the control panel. It's more of the Windows 7 style. Kind of a bridge between Windows XP and Windows 7 because it has the search. So if I wanted to search up sound, it'll take a little while on this computer, but there it is. There's my sound settings right there immediately. Very easy to navigate if you need to change a setting really quick. You know where to go. Put a shortcut to control panel on your desktop, and you're always ready to change them settings when something comes up. So yeah, that's my video of installing and using Windows Vista in 2020. Do I recommend you use Windows Vista in 2020? Well, it's like this, you know, using Vista, it has been and always will be like this. It's kind of like driving a Hummer or some stupid vehicle like that. It's not efficient, it's not safe, and you don't look cool in the eyes of other people. But if it makes you happy, then damn it, you should be able to do that. And if you want to use Windows Vista in 2020, then nobody should stop you. So that's all I really have to say about it. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up, and if you want to see more of these, then hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. And join the Discord if you want to have another Discord server on your Discord that is kind of dead and might send a message in it every once a month or two. So, yeah, good day to you.